Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, people. Good afternoon, gamers of the world. People that want to see an MMO developed on stream. People that want to know how to build a game. People that just misclicked on the wrong stream, and people that want to see a tiger that is able to do a game, to make games. Hello. Hello. Let me see if I'm not ready. I'm still missing few pieces, but I'm getting there, don't worry. We can do this. We can. We can. I'm clicking very fast. The problem is that I have close, and so having close, using the mouse with close, and using the keyboard with close is not very easy. So it takes me a bit of time, but... No. Okay. I think I'm ready. Let me see if everything works. Boom! Hello! Hi. Hello. Good afternoon and welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. A fantasy MMO that is actually free to play just because we can. We had a returning Patreon, so thank you a lot, Mr. Goat. I don't know if you are actually listening, but you have been a Patreon for a long time, and thank you a lot. Also, you are using the second tier, and thank you for that. This is a good motivation, you know, for me to actually continue to develop the game, to see that people are pledging in, are supporting us, are... you know, participating to the streams and all of that. I think it's very good. Okay, meanwhile, so what I want to do today is to work a bit on eye adaptation. What is eye adaptation? Eye adaptation is basically a way for the engine to change the exposure of the camera and have your eye, let's say, or the camera light adapt based on the quantity of light that is in the level, right? Now the problem I have is that this eye adaptation, we used it and we put it in our settings, but it's causing some trouble now, because during the night, while the eye adaptation was good in very dark places, now I think is also generating brightness on the floor during the night when it should not do it, right? And it is a bit of what I'm experiencing. So I see that our world is a bit too bright, right? So tonight I launched... by the way, can we see how much it took? No, Pity. Can I launch the Swarm? No, not Art of the Swarm. Can I launch the Unreal Swarm app? No. Anyway, usually it takes about 6 hours to do that. It takes about 6 hours, and so I launched it tonight, right? I launched it tonight, and he actually did the job he had to do, which is to relight everything, recreate all the navigation meshes, and all that good stuff. And then tomorrow, this morning, when I wake up, I clicked on save, and so we got all the new lights and all the new navigations, right? The only problem is that operation is basically rewriting every level, right? And that's kind of a problem because it means that we will have yeah, we will have a big update, or I have to re-release the client fully. But let me see if I can go where I want to go. So yes. So the difference basically is one of these settings, right? Is one of these settings for sure. Persistent light, word setting light mass, change static lighting, change scan station to. No, it's not. Wow, I didn't document it. It's the only one that I didn't document. Okay. I wrote down everything, but not that one. Volumetric map, stationary, distance fields, landscape, movable, light mass volumetric maps, unbound. Is here. Is here. Is this one. Is this one. Is this one. Is this one. So we have an unbound post-process volume that should be post-process volume wall game. Okay, let me see. Post-process volume wall game. Okay. And this one should have infinite extent, yes. Enabled, yes. And it should have min max brightness from 0.5 and 4. Min and max brightness. There it is. From 0.5 and 4. Now, what we can do, maybe, we can just disable it, right? We can say disabled. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, boys. It's changing everything. Do you see that? Just on the skybox, it basically changed everything. Wow. Now the question is, hello Hula, hello Marcel. Now the question is, should I load everything up? If I have to resave my it's a bit risky. It's a bit risky because actually that post-process thingy is sitting in the main level. So if I change it, I will have to resave the main level, which is the one that is holding basically everything. So I have to be very, very careful on that. But I think it's that setting that is at the moment kind of messing up the... Can I test it maybe in a different... yeah, let's test it in a different... okay, let's try to understand it in a different project. Because in our project, first let's understand it and then we will try to do changes, okay? Because until we understand it, it's no value in trying to do change. So I think we can use probably the same one of enhanced vision. That is the one that we used for yeah, let me close this. Let me do it on another project. Let me do it on another project. We will create a post-process volume exactly in the same way. And we will extend it to the full... okay, now here I have some random post-process. Okay, but what I want to do... I want to create a new post-process volume. I put it here in the middle. I think we can also leave it here on the side. It's okay. And this one we will rename it post-process auto exposure, right? Post-process auto exposure. And this one, the important part is that is infinite extent, right? So it's completely unbound. Right, so actually here is unbound post-process volume with mix match brightness set with infinite extent equal to true, right? And okay, and now we go for brightness, right? Brightness, where is it? It's under lens exposure. Okay, it's under lens exposure. Lens exposure, mix mine brightness. Okay, so we have the reference there of what we need to set, right? So if I go under lens exposure, min and max brightness, exactly. So okay, so let's try to use the same setting that I have, right? So at the moment we have a 0, 5 and 4 in our game, right? A 0, 5 and 4. What I want to simulate is that we are going night. So I will just duplicate. Oh, what happened? No. What did I do? I don't know what did I do. I did something stupid. Okay, so I want to simulate this. So I will rebuild the light with this box closed. And also maybe I will have the I will have the light source at 0. Okay. And so inside should be fully black. In theory. Right? But now we have this auto exposure. Okay, the floor is actually black. The floor is actually black. Yeah, I need to change music, huh? I need to change music. Okay. What I wanted to say is I was expecting this to affect something though, but it's not affecting anything. 0, 5 and 4. Why? It is affecting a bit. It is affecting a bit. It is. So, okay, so the question I have is, yeah, because like this is definitely darker. You see these guys are pretty dark, right? If I enable this, these guys are brighter, and I am brighter as well. So you haven't asked in a meeting with the guy who made a painting thingy? Yes, I spoke with him. Yes, I spoke with him. He said that he's not very available, but he's willing to answer questions. So I asked him a few questions, and he actually answered. So he gave me some information on how it can be done, but he said that he doesn't have multiplayer experience, and so for him doing that would be probably hard. But he gave me some information, which is good, I guess. Okay, I think the only test we need to do, boys, is to because 0.5 is really a lot. That's the problem. 0.5 I think is really a lot. Now, I don't know how this is actually changing. How it is actually changing infravision or... So I don't know if this is different. Right? If this is different with auto exposure on or auto exposure off. That's a good question, huh? Oh, wrong one. Seems to be identical. So it seems that auto exposure is not affecting the ambient occlusion and all of that, at least not in a significant way. At least not in a significant way. But for sure is affecting this view. For sure. Because you see that as I look here, I really don't know if I want it or not, but okay. Okay, I think I understand it. So, but let me maybe read the official documentation, if there is any official documentation on this. Let me see if there is any official Unreal Engine lens exposure brightness. So, significant change in previous usability and functionality of exposure starting with 425 better compatibility. For information about upgrading, blah blah blah. The post-process provide control for setting automatic exposure, more commonly called eye adaptation, which automatically adjusts the exposure of the current scene view to become brighter or darker, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Exposure metering mode. Engine offers several types of metering mode. Choosing setup in your scene. Different metering mode provide. Okay. So, auto exposure histogram. Provide the finest control. Auto exposure basic. So I don't even know which one we are using actually. There is not even selected. It is not even selected. So I think that by default is there's auto exposure histogram probably. Auto exposure basic and auto exposure metering both calculate luminance, blah blah blah. Okay, we don't care about this. We don't care about this. It's too much advanced stuff. I mean, with auto exposure metering mask, without auto exposure metering mask. I see. Well, there is actually a lot of documentation, which is great. So minimum brightness, yes, exactly. Lens minimum brightness, 0.03 and 8, right? So that is the default actually. We have changed this one significantly. By default, the engine uses pixel luminance for max brightness and mid brightness setting found in the post-process volume. The post-process is available, level detail, relevant setting, selecting metering mode give you access, auto exposure histogram. Yeah, this one we said already. So mean brightness. The minimum brightness for auto exposure that limits the lower brightness the camera can adapt within. Oh my god, what does it mean? Can you translate this phrase in a human readable format? The minimum brightness, okay, so is the lowest value for auto exposure, and okay, which is this feature that limits the lower brightness. It limits the lower brightness the camera can adapt within. What the fuck? What does it mean? It limits the lower brightness the camera can adapt within. I don't know, let me see if I explain it later. Value must be greater than 0 and should be less or equal to max brightness. Okay, that's understandable. A good value should be a positive near 0 and should be adjusted in dark lighting situations. If this value is too small, the viewport image appears too bright. If the value is too small, the viewport image appears too bright. Really? I was thinking the opposite, but okay. So if this value is too small, the viewport image appears too bright. If it's too large, the image appears too dark. Actual value depends on the HD range. If the mean brightness is equal to max brightness, the process is disabled. So the maximum brightness for auto exposure that limits the upper brightness. So it's the same phrase, just with upper instead of lower. A good value should be positive. 2 is a good starting point and should be adjusted in a bright lighting situation. If this value is too small, the viewport image appears too bright. If it's too large, the image appears too dark. Yeah, my problem in the game, you know, is that I have a son, okay? I have a son that is actually lighting the ground somehow, like this. but is lighting it very, very little, right? So imagine that is probably, I don't know, 0.2, maybe a 0.2, because the problem I have at the moment is at night, that at night in the game we get the bright floor, and that's super bad. Okay, so let's say that, yeah, something like that, maybe even less. Let's do 0.1. Okay, let's do 0.1. Okay, so the floor is lit by the sun at 0.1 value. So it is, I mean, not dark, but you know, is a bit dark, right? Now, having auto exposure on, what is this enable thingy, by the way? Post-process volume settings. So if I disable it, you see what happens? If I disable it, it becomes darker. So this is my real 0.1, right? But with this setting, now is not 0. Whatever anymore, right? I think it is 0.5. Now my only question is, if I lower this value, oh wow, it becomes even brighter. Holy shit. Wow. If I lower it, it becomes even brighter. This is exactly what he was saying in the documentation, but it was very strange to me. So if I lower the eye adaptation, it means that the eye adaptation is... Okay, let me try 1. If I go 1... You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that we need a different eye adaptation value based on the hour of the day, based on the time of the day. Would you implement this on all the game? No, at the moment, Hul, I'm trying to solve a problem, and the problem is, I can show you the problem. The problem is this. I'm not trying to add a new option. I'm trying to solve a problem. And I can show you the problem, so you understand what I'm speaking about. And the problem is caused by... I think the problem is caused by the eye adaptation. I'm not 100% sure, but let's say I'm like 90% sure. So, if I connect in game, right? And I go at night, you see, now is night. Okay, the current time is midnight. Do you see the ground? Do you see the ground? The ground is lit. The ground is lit. And it's super bad. And I think that the ground is lit because I have an eye adaptation, you know, an eye adaptation that is not correct. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but because you know what happens? Look what happens, huh? If I look to the sky, if I go first person and I look to the sky, that is all black, and then I look down. No, now it's not happening. Let me go. Wait. Let me force complete darkness. Okay. So this is complete darkness. In theory, this is complete darkness. Okay, this is complete darkness. You see the ground? The ground is lit. But if I look up, then I am in complete darkness, and then I look down, you see that it adapts. You see that it starts as black and then it becomes brighter. You see? So I think that this is the setting. This is the setting that we used for eye adaptation. So, okay, so I think I know what I have to do. So what I have to do, I need to add into that menu the ability to change the eye adaptation. That is what we're gonna do. Because I'm pretty sure that that's the problem. So basically the engine is saying it's too dark, right? It's too dark, and so I boost the light a bit anyway, right? I make it brighter, which we used it because we wanted inside the Ojaveda house that was very, very dark to still be able to see something. And I think inside the house it makes sense. But in the outside is looking very stupid. So there is another aspect, right, of Unreal Engine lights that we cannot ignore. We cannot ignore this thing. I hope I explained it in a way that is understandable. So what I want to do, I want to add a new option under devs. By the way, this devs panel one day will disappear for you, but for now you can use it. So I want to have a copy of this, right? A copy of this, and this will be called min brightness, and then min brightness, yes, and then I don't understand. Wait a sec. Save value. What is this? That is positioned in a stupid place. Okay. So this one will be apply brightness. Right. and it is edit mean brightness. This becomes edit max brightness. And this is max brightness, right? Where we said that if min and max are identical, is disabled, right? So we don't need an enable and disable, because if we put the same value, they will be okay. It will be disabled. So now the problem is, how do I apply it? If I want to apply it, I need to find the post-process volume that is called wall game. So or we add a tag, or we add a tag, We can search post-process volume by get all actors with tag. So post-process volume, yes. With tag exposure. Okay, so we tag it, we add a tag, right? And we call it exposure. And okay. Yeah, we'll have to resave this level though. That I have no other chance. Then we get the first one, because anyway we know there is only one. And now on this post-process volume, we want to set, right? We want to set the max brightness. We cannot do it, huh? Well, for sure we can. It's just a matter of how. Probably so under rendering features, because here is under lens. Is under lens exposure. So get exposure, get lens, no, get settings. What the fuck? You can get settings. You can get settings, but then what? You cannot set it? No, please. No, it must be possible. If not, we call it in C++, but it must be possible to set. It must be possible. Unreal, set exposure from BP. Exposure controls. Changing exposure. Changing exposure. Set members. Set members in post-process settings. Wow. What the fuck is that? Set members. Set members in post-process settings. Okay. But how do you enable? What? Ah, is here. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. So if I enable, so under lens, exposure. Exactly. Mean brightness and max brightness. Ah, super good. Look at this. Ah, fantastic. Fantastic engine. Not documented, but fantastic engine. Thank you to this guy. Can I say thank you? I can say love. I can say love. So we need to get our edit brightness something, right? And then get text, and then put it here. We need to convert it to that, yes. So get edit max brightness. So we need the max and the min. Okay. Is it enough, or is it enough? I don't know if it's enough. This one I need to resave. I hope it's not breaking everything. I need to resave it. Should I load all the maps before resaving? Maybe let's load all the maps so we are in the best situation where everything is loaded. So to answer better your question, Hula, there is not really an option that I want to give. Is more that I want to understand why during the night there is such a strong auto exposure, right, happening, and so my floor is completely bright, right? That's a real problem. Okay, I hope we didn't lose anything. Like we didn't lose all the lights and stuff. But now in theory I should have that setting, right? And by the way, this one should go, in theory, this one should go under devs, huh? Yes. Okay. Fuck. Okay, let's start it like this and see. So now I should be able to change the exposure from whee! Whee! I'm having people fly. Whee! Hula hula, you're flying as well, look. There is something in the middle that is... I think there is a sling function. Okay. I was just waiting this thing to load. Okay, so if we go night, now the only problem I have is why is only the, I don't know, I think but anyway, if we go night, and now I go in under my options, right? I have this new thingies. By the way, this is not red. No. I want it to be, anyway, at the moment it's 0.5 and 4, right? So if I go 0 0, and I apply, oh my god, okay, 0 0 is not a great idea. If I go 1 1 and I apply, if I go 1 1 and I apply, but it seems that it's applied anyway. 0.01, 0.01. Holy shit. 3 and 3. Ah, you see? How do I disable it though? I want to disable. The documentation said that if the value is the same, the auto exposure is disabled, but it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Holy shit, now it's super dark. Now it's super dark. So our value is 0.4 and 5. Sorry, 0.5 and 4. That is the value that we have at the moment in the system. But I think it's a super bad value. My question is, if I do 5.5, right? That is basically completely black, and then I go in night vision, what happens? So if I'm really in darkness and I go night vision, yes, but basically the idea is that we need to play with that setting based on the time of the day, I think. So if it's during the day, we need to push it lower. If it's during the night, we need to push it higher, right? Now, if I have a torch, let me try if I have a torch. Huh. You see that the torch is not very bright? Because I think that the eye adaptation is fucking that up as well. I think the eye adaptation... Anyway, 0.5, the value that we have, that is 0.5, at night is completely wrong. Completely wrong. It's like GG wrong. .5 is completely broken. The problem is that if I go higher, right, it will really be dark. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second, I go to the bathroom, okay? 1 second. And meanwhile, I'm thinking this, but give me a second. So what we need to do is to blend the proper auto exposure with the daylight, right? Because if I mean I can change the daylight, but now you see, now the skybox light is very low because we had the auto exposure on. But if I go with a lower auto exposure, right? If I go with a lower value, right? I mean higher value, it becomes darker. Then my problem is that I need to bump up these values, right? So because if I don't bump them up, it will be too dark. But it seems it's not making any difference. Well, it's making a bit of difference maybe, but yeah, it's making a bit of difference, but it's making a bit of difference here. But for example, the skybox now is very dark. And now it's better. So at night, I would like to have it like this. The skybox, I would like to have it like that, probably. But this means that then how should my eye adaptation be? Because if I go 0.5, it becomes super bright, you see? So if I go high, it becomes even darker than what I have. So I think that the point is that we should change the auto exposure So basically the exposure should be done based on the time of the day, because there is no other solution. Otherwise we'll always be wrong. I don't think this guy is saying anything that I need, actually. What did he set here? I extended the range of luminance now, but this I don't need. I don't need any of this. Yeah, you can even set it to manual. No, I understand what he's saying, but my... So no, this video is not helpful, but I was hoping to get somewhere, you know, the auto exposure values for the time of the day, right? I don't understand why I need to invent it myself. Why we are not changing the auto exposure automatically based on day and night? That's a bit my question. Okay. Let me try to do this. But yeah, so the good news is that the problem that I saw in the light of the floor is exactly caused by the auto exposure. Okay, so my intuition was correct. My intuition was correct, and so now we just need to decide which values we need, right? Uh-oh, what did I do? So I want to be able to toggle exposure on and off. Okay. I want to be able to toggle it on and off. So oops. No, I think I can just wait. I think I can just enable it this way. This EZ will be on and off. The only issue that starts with off, I guess. Let me check one thing. Okay, so we want to get I'm just trying to populate the two boxes so that we know which values are currently set. Okay, so that's the only thing that I'm doing here. So we need to get our post-processor settings. Right, and here we need to read and here we need to read how do I read things from here? What? How do I read these settings? I don't understand. So get okay. I don't know. The same way there was a read, there was a set. Probably there is also a because we saw the set, but we didn't see the get. Ho capito. I understand that, but I need the get and not the set. Come on. How can I read it? Fuck. How can I? There must be a way to read it. So this is the settings, right? There is the setting structure. I can actually change stuff. But my question is, how do I read a specific value of these settings, considering that this one is not splitting, and there is no get, right? I cannot get anything from here, so maybe I need to do find or something, because there is a T map. Nah. How do I find the post-processor read setting from blueprints? No. Get. get exposure. It's impossible you can only set and not read. What I'm missing, boys? Hello, Constrabus. I wonder where my avatar is. He popped it up as soon as the chat was sent. Yes, because you need to be active. I think there is an active thingy. Wait. Break post-processing settings. This is not working for me. If I try to use break, it's becoming invisible. You see? Ah, wait. Ah, it's the other way around. Okay, we found it, boys. So it's break, and then you have to select here the values. Okay. Okay, good. Very good. Okay, we found it. So this will basically allow to read what? Override? What do you mean by override? What? Anyway, this way we'll be able to see, and we will be able to enable and disable, okay? Because I want to understand what happens when we enable and disable but definitely we need to revisit completely the curve, the light curve during the day, right? Because we have a kind of a Gaussian view, a Gaussian curve, of light based on the hour of the day, the time of the day. And that one, I think I need to revisit it completely, because so our default auto exposure, as you can see, is 0.5 and 4, right? And that is what we see, which has this the floor super bright, right? Now if I click on toggle, hopefully, well, the second time probably, no? Okay, that's strange. Yeah, it works. He changed it. Now, he changed it, but still the ground is super bright compared to everything else, right? The ground is super bright. Now, we are here in the desert, so the desert is a bit of a special thing, but the The desert is a bit of a special thing. So the question is it easier? Is it easier to lower the light intensity? Is it easier to lower the light intensity? No, the floor doesn't give a shit. I can go completely black. I think I can go completely black. That is completely black. And the floor is still... Yeah. And the floor is still bright. And I will tell you more. I will tell you more. That not only the floor, probably also... Well, they say that in the city we have some light, so... In the city... Yeah, where you have a shadow from the house, then... But you see, the problem is this floor, right? The problem is this floor. So the only solution, like if you want complete night, right? If you want complete night... It's very bad though. Is to re-enable the auto exposure, re-enable it, and set it fairly high, right? If I do like 4:4, you see, now it's complete darkness. So I need to speak with Ricer a bit, but I think I understand exactly what I have to do. I think I understand fully what I need to do. He's playing a video game, maybe. Do you have 5 minutes on auto exposure and lights? So yes, the point. Okay, so let me see what happens with night vision. Yes, night vision kind of works. But you know, we can change the auto exposure when we go in night vision, right? So that's the good thing. So we can change it, and we can decide a different. So for example, if I'm in night vision like this, right? And I change my mean brightness to 1. You see? It becomes super bright. So yes. I think we need to change the auto exposure based on the time of the day. And based on night vision and well, night vision, because infravision doesn't make any difference. So, and I cannot use it with this character. Okay. I think we have a way forward. Now the question is how to implement it, though, because I need. Because it's not just a matter of setting one value. I need to set 2 values. I need to set the minimum and maximum. And I need to decide to enable it or not. I think it should be enabled at all time. I think it should be enabled at all time. So I think we need a... I have no idea what is this. And by the way, they are not clickable. This one is clickable. Okay. So I think I know what I need to do. I think I know what I need to do. This auto exposure is super important though, because it's really deciding everything, huh? Now the question is my torch now in this new setting usable or not? Seems it is. It seems it is usable. Okay, so what are the settings? What are the settings we need to use? So at night, if I restart the standard weather system, the standard weather system at the moment is saying 005, 001, 01, right? And this is what I see, which is fairly dark, I have to say, but reasonable. So if I go lower, right, this becomes like this. And inside of this house, because you know the auto exposure, we have set it when we wanted to have the inside of this house somehow lit, right? So this was the reason why we started to play with the auto exposure. It is where it came from, right? So on stream, join general channel if you can. So let me restore the standard general voice.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
A little sick.
A little sick. It's the best time to work on stuff.
Oh yeah, at least I have time.
Okay.
So what's the problem?
I have the problem, but I also have the solution already. But I wanted just to share it with you a bit. So the problem is the following. Okay, so if I go, I can share my screen on Discord, so maybe you see it in real time. Because if you see it on the
yeah, there's delay.
Yeah, there is a big delay. If stream, wait, left the screen. Okay, you should be able to see my screen in real time now.
Yep.
Let me teleport here. So basically, I did a full relight of everything because I did a lot of changes to the maps and everything, and right. And here I am in the desert, okay. And let me go at night. So it is, yeah, it goes up a bit, but then it goes down. I don't know exactly why it's doing that, but it's not a problem. It will go down after this, in theory. Hopefully. Yes, it's going down. So here we are in the desert, and we are in theory at night, okay? And as you can see, and this is the standard setting that I have at the moment. As you can see, the sky seems to be kind of fine, the plant seems to be kind of fine, but the ground is completely wrong. So I was trying to understand why this was happening, and then I said, the auto exposure and the brightness exposure. And so I basically added here to the devs panel the ability to toggle on and off the auto exposure and to actually change the minimum and maximum runtime. And this is the setting that we have at the moment, 0.5 and 4. This setting looks okay during the day, but during the night is completely off. In fact, if I want to reach a better value, I go, for example, 3 and 4, and now my night is night, right? But if I keep the 0.5 during the nighttime, everything is wrong. So I just wanted to share with you this point and say, do you agree that I need to change the minimum and maximum brightness based on the time of the day?
Well, I think that the foliage is the issue. It's darker than everything else. At least it's to my eyes, and the character too. So it indicates the issue with probes, I think. Because if you look at the Ojaveda walls, then you'll see that they're the same color as the sand you're standing on.
Yeah.
So
in Ojaveda is a bit better. So now, like, here we are in the city, and considering there are some lights, yes, here there are probes for sure, while in the desert there are no probes. So there are very few probes because the light mass there has been set just empty. So yes, the light probes may be a problem, but anyway, even in the city, what I'm saying is that even in the city, if I keep, here we are at night, right? And it looks pretty much okay now that I changed the setting. But if I go with the daily exposure, which is 0.54, which is the default that we decided together, that is what I get. And even if it's okay visually, this light is completely artificial light. Like, this light is not really existing. It's coming from nowhere. It's coming from the exposure. And in fact, when I go close to a tree, the tree is black and the floor is bright. So what I'm thinking is that when it's night, and I can do it because I can change these two values together with my weather system, right? When it's night, I will bump from 0.5 to 3 or whatever it is, even 4 or 5, so I get more of a night effect. While when it's day, so let me go day. Let me go day. Hopefully it will go day. Yes, it's going day. Yeah, but you see that if during the day I use minimum 3, maximum 4, like now, minimum 3, maximum 4, is too dark. So during the day, I have to go 0.54, and so now it's bright. I don't know why this guy is so black, but that could be a problem with this texture. I don't know.
Okay. So generally, yes, you should change the auto exposure settings depending on the time of day, but it should be set to lower values during the day and to higher values, so brighter during the night. Because that's how real cameras work at a real lighting environment.
Yes.
So yeah, ideally you would want to set up your lighting to work like in real life. So um, so yeah, during the day everything would be very bright, and that's when the out exposure would come in and make it look better.
But it's killing my shadow completely, huh?
I mean, then you have to uh, set your directional light to be stronger.
Yeah. Strange, because now we are during the day. And the directional light, light intent. Ah, wait. This one I didn't reset. Yeah. I was testing something and that one was 0, but skybox light, skylight intensity, light intent. This one is the direct light. So strange that it's so low.
I can tell you the values that should be more or less physically correct, but I'm pretty sure that would destroy your lighting. We can try if you want.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that I need to change the exposure. The only thing that I don't understand is why, like during the day. Now we are during the day. If I have my exposure very high, like 5, like crazy high,
then
it becomes night. Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
That's how it works.
So it's completely overriding. What I mean that the auto exposure, I was thinking that if I am in a very dark spot, it helps me to see a bit brighter. If I am in a very bright spot, it helps me to lower it a bit. But I think it was just a minor adjustment, just a small adjustment to allow a better adaptation. What I'm seeing instead is that is completely changing the light, like 100%. So it goes from here to complete darkness. Like if he's overriding any other setting that we have.
Well, that's because these values, you should never go beyond, like, I don't know, 3 on the max brightness.
Okay.
And well, that's exactly how camera work. Cameras, like real life ones, when you set the exposure to a darker level, I can actually show you what I mean. If I have an HDR photo somewhere.
No, but I think it's okay. So now the question is, okay, let's say that I have. No, I think I understand. I don't need an example. I think I understand. My only problem is this, right? Assuming that what we said is true, and I think it is, right? Now I have two curves. Assuming that this is the time of the day, right? This is the time of the day that goes between, I don't know, 0, midday, and midnight again, right? So that is the time at, let's say, midnight, right? That is noon, and that is midnight again, right? And at the moment I have for my daylight, sorry, for my directional light and for my skylight, and for anything else, well, actually it's not looking like that. It's looking like this, because it's basically, you know, going up very quickly at like 8 a.m. or 6 a.m. and then it's staying bright during the whole day and then it's going down again, right? It's something like that. I mean, it's not exact, but so, and this is basically multiplied into the direct light, is multiplied into the skybox light, which is basically the sky, you know, how bright it is, and it is multiplied by the indirect light, which is again called skylight. But anyway, the skybox, or let me call it skybox material, whatever. So I just make the sky brighter, right? I make the sky brighter. I change the indirect light and I change the direct light. All of those are using this curve at the moment, right? So what I'm saying now is that I need another curve, right? Which is, I don't know which curve it is. I have no idea. That is working with min and max brightness, right? That is changing during the day in the same way. So and is the combination of these two curves that are actually making my level correct or not, because I've seen that this one is doing so much difference. So the question I have is it possible that I'm the first person in the world to have this problem? Why there is not, you know, just a list of the value that you should use for day and night for Unreal? Like, why there is no default, right? That the auto exposure is changing based on the time of the day.
Because it heavily depends on your lighting. The default value of a directional light is like 10 lux, which is like 10 times more than you have. But yeah, it depends on the lighting and on the fact how you want your level to look. Some people don't need that auto exposure to compensate for the lack of lighting or for too much lights. And yeah.
So there are so many different cases. You mean that there is no default? So because now I have to figure it out myself. I mean, I have to figure out which values I want, right?
I mean, there is a default default values for out exposure, which are a little bit too...
But it's not working well during day and night.
I mean, it works in a default scenario, like when you create a new scene, then you have all these all lighting set up for you. Then yeah, it does work.
So I need to figure out this curve, right? I need to figure out this curve, and I need to pass. And actually, this curve is two curves, because there is the minimum and maximum. Maybe they are different. I guess they are different.
I mean, you can set the max brightness to a constant value. You just need to change the minimum brightness if you want to, you know, have a brighter day and darker night.
You sure of that? Okay. So if I keep 4, for example, as a max, okay, this is day.
And if you
I keep 1 as a minimum, and then during the night this minimum goes to 4. Okay, I understand. And I keep the 4. Okay, so I change only one. I change only one value. Okay, that I can do maybe. That I can do, and I can. But you are saying that the maximum should be kind of 2. No, for the minimum is because you said the maximum should be kind of 2 or 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3. Because, you know, here we have the problem of the same house that a long time we don't check it, but it's the house that is completely black inside, and actually we started to work without exposure. And I think that this is going to affect also my night vision. Because if I go in night, this is night vision, right? If I go in night vision, that now I have, depending on the exposure that I have set, my night vision may be effective in a different way. So I also need to test. So I need to test night, day, night vision on, night vision off. And probably, yes, this value, I can try a 3. And I can try during the day. Because if I go below 0, if I go 0.5, right? 0.5, it becomes quite bright. And with night vision, I think is very good. Because I can see pretty much everything. Yeah, there are lights here, but let's say that a dark area is like this one, right? Dark area is like this one. So yes, night vision definitely helps. So in theory, I can also change the exposure when I'm using night vision. Because if I'm in night vision and I boost this to 0.2, for example, yes, it will be even brighter. So I can decide to have a different exposure only when in night vision. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. That would work great, I think, in this case.
Yes.
Or you can set a constant value, but then it wouldn't work outside.
Yeah, outside is a kind of a problem because you see the 0.2. But I think it's okay that if outside is bright and you go night vision, it's perfectly fine that you get that effect, right? It's perfectly fine that you get an over bright view because it means that you are trying to use night vision during the day, and that's okay. You will get blinded. I'm fine with that.
I mean, I don't know how you're doing your night vision effect, but if you are doing it through post-process material,
yes, through post-process,
then you can do this effect manually. I mean, the eye adaptation. So you don't rely on the built-in system. You can set a constant value, which won't change, won't affect your eye adaptation during the gameplay and stuff. Yeah, you just have to take the HDR input and then multiply it by some value to make it brighter. And
yeah,
at the moment,
at the moment, I think that in night vision we are actually using the exposure. I don't remember. I have to go and check, but I think we are using the exposure, the bloom, the vignette, and the tint. I mean, and then I'm saturating. I think I'm multiplying, and then desaturating color to have it grayscale. I think this is what I do. But it's okay. I think it's fine. So basically, I was not expecting the brightness to have such a big impact, but it has a huge impact, much more than what I was thinking. So I was thinking it was just a small adaptation in very low light or in very bright light. So like it was modifying the end and the beginning of the spectrum, while not is really changing the scene completely. Okay, it's fine. So your suggestion is to keep it at what, at 3, or just to test it a bit and see?
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to experiment with it.
Maybe during the day.
These are not universal values.
1 and 3, yeah. I have to decide during the day which light is too bright, and assuming that I keep the, that I keep this other curve like it is now, because I can change this curve and then I change the other, everything changes again. So this is what I'm saying, it's not that easy. But I can probably keep that curve the same, and so find my value during the night, find my value during the day. So
Yeah.
if I go night, I don't know why sometimes it's not changing. And then, okay, so I would just experiment, but I would just to check with you if you, I mean, if this was the right reasoning or I was missing something, but I think it's the right reasoning. I cannot go night anymore, but maybe it's because this now is too, I don't know. It's very hard to understand now if the time is changing or not, because maybe because I disabled it, huh? That could be a possibility. Yes, I disabled, because I also have a way to disable the auto thingy. Okay, no, now is night. Yes, now is night. And so we can decide, for example, now it's 3-3. Yes, 3-3 could be maybe okay. So I could say that my night will look like this. And so if I go in the desert, the desert is a good test, because at the moment it's completely empty and it's basically only yeah, but I think it's fine. I mean, it's very dark, but I think it's okay. There is a bit of light, but it's good. I think, I mean, I don't want to be completely dark, otherwise it becomes unplayable, you know, and people will have to go with a torch all the time, and which is okay. But it may also justify the night vision power, right, which you get for free, because if you are a Klyros, you get it. If you are a dwarf, no, if you are a Lemur, you get it, and so on. But yeah, the plants are a bit black, but I don't care actually. I don't care. In night vision, I think it's okay. So I can probably go between 1 or even 0.5, but 0.5 or 1 during the day and 3 during the night, and keep the max at 3. And see how it goes. And then the only problem will be during the transition hours, because during the transition hours I have this like in this point, right, I have a transition, and the transition should be the same for that value and this value, but I think it's okay. Okay, I will do it now. I think it's okay.
I mean, can't you use the same chart as the one controlling the blue one? I mean,
I think if I multiply by the right value, probably I can, because this yes, I think if I multiply by the right, so if I consider the top to be 3 and the bottom to be probably 0.5, I think I just have to revert it though, right? It should be the inverse, because it should be 3 during the night and 0.5 during, so yeah, it should be inverted. So there is my
I mean, ideally it should be like what you typed just now, like physically correct. During the day it should be darker, and during the night it should be brighter. That also affects your torches, so that's worth keeping in
but
mind.
it is the minimum value, right? We are speaking about the minimum. The maximum we said we keep 3, right?
Yeah, I know.
But for the minimum, during the day we should have 0.5, and during the night we should have 3, right?
But if you increase the minimum, it gets darker, because
yes, that is why I have 3 during the night.
So, and
there is the 3 value, and there is the 0.5 value, and it is midday.
Like in reality, you have to brighten your camera to see anything during the night, and during the day
you have to lower it. Yes. Yeah, so these are the right numbers then, right? This is what I'm saying.
No.
Why no? 0. We tested it. At noon I need 0.5.
Wait, yes.
At midnight I need 3.
brain fart. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. So actually is the opposite, but I can do like 3 minus. I think in the code, in the blueprint, I can just reverse, and then yes, probably I can use the same. The point is that yes, I can use the same curve. I just need to reverse it because so like yeah, I need to reverse it. But apart from reversing it, I think it's okay. I can use the same curve, which I think would be a good idea because I don't know how the two are. I don't know how the two are interlocking, but I think that I will try. I will try to use it, and then I will try to do a transition and see how it works. Okay.
Sure. I mean, it will be better for editing later. You won't have to change two different charts, just one.
Yeah, it
If
will
you
be
need to
easier.
change it.
It will be easier if we want to change the light. If we have one chart only, because otherwise is I think it's pretty tough. I don't even remember where that curve is. Okay, I think that's all I wanted. Unless you want to stay, but I don't want to take you know, your time. But I think that's all I wanted to tell you, to ask you, and to share.
I think I'll be going. Sorry. I'm sweating
Okay.
my ass now.
Okay.
So.
Okay, good.
So yeah,
Thank you
have fun
then.
with.
See you later.
No
Bye bye.
problem. Bye. See ya.
Okay, good. He was Ricer, which is a person that joined and is trying to help on the lights and on other stuff. So, well, mainly on the lights. So, but yeah, I think it's been helpful because I discussed with him the light setup and how to put the lights in the system and everything else. So now what we need to do, considering that that is correct, we need to change it in the sky box. So in the BP sky, I think in the BP sky we have a curve, right? Which is this one, curve light. But I don't know if it's this one actually. Yes, I think it is, because I remember the shape. Curve light is used by BP Sky, and I think is used by BP Sky in a number of places. Curve light. Get curve light. Yes, curve light, get float value. In time, weather now. Yes, exactly. Yes, it's this one. So how do we reverse it? How do we do the negative of that? Scaled between 0 and 0, 5 and 3. And how do we set the exposure? Okay. So I think we have all these apply 1, apply 2, apply 3, right? And I think in apply 1 we are doing pretty much all the lights. In apply 2 we are doing snow and rain. So let me say snow and rain. These are lights. And apply 3, I don't remember. Apply 3 is doing nothing at the moment. I know it is. It's doing rain again. There's another piece of rain in apply 3. But I don't know exactly what it's doing, but water level. I don't know. It seems to be rain pools. Wow, rain pools. Oh my god. Yeah, I think apply 3 is trying to get the water pools based on rains. Based on rain amount. Okay, but I don't even know if that's working. But the point is that in apply one we do all the lights, right? So in one we do day night cycle. Day night cycle lights. It's a very nice song, this one. This is a new album, by the way, that I added. Is Near Automata. I don't know if it will be copyright strike or not. No idea. Who will see? But it's a nice song. Very Japanese. So I think that we need yeah, we also have the dark sectors, huh? Oh my god, the dark sectors. Yes, we also have the dark sectors. So for the dark sectors, probably also the exposure needs to change. Oh yes, my friend. Because yes. Yes, we will need to have something similar to this. Sector ambient light. Sector ambient light. Okay, so I need to change sector ambient light. So I need a new value here, right? That is mean brightness, exposure mean bright, so we need an exposure mean bright, and yeah, because the game is running. We need an exposure mean bright, retry. Okay, now it should be okay. So this exposure mean bright will be used for dark sectors, and here now the only problem is that if you have night vision enabled, well, yeah, because we will have to do a different check for night vision. I think in BP Sky we can add a variable which is exposure post processor. So and this one can point to the post processor component. What? Hello? Okay. This can point to the post processor component that we use, and so it means that when we enable BP Sky, when we create BP Sky, can I set it when I create it, or I need to do it later on? That's a good question. Start BP Sky. Set a reference in the Sky player controller in the settings panel. Okay. And here I would like to get my exposure post processor, and we will get it in the same way that we got it here. So we will do basically this. Right? What? Post-process volume settings. It's a post-process volume. It's not a post-processor component, so it's a post-process volume. Yes. Correct. Absolutely correct. Okay. So this one is to keep a reference, right? To keep a reference to our post-processor component. So keep a ref to the exposure post-processor volume. Okay. And now that we have that guy, and now that we have this guy, we can use it in apply 1, right? In apply 1. I think apply 3 we would never use it, but anyway. Apply 1. So yes. So now we get our exposure post processor. And now we need to decide, when we are in dark levels, which kind of exposure we want to have. Wow, that's a good question, boys. I have no idea. I think it would be 3.3, so the minimum value will be 3 probably. Yes, I think so. So we will set member, what was it? We will get settings and then set member in post-process volume, blah blah blah, and this one will expose mean brightness, minimum brightness, and minimum brightness will be set to 3, right? So this will be an hard-coded value, but I think I'm fine with an hard-coded value. I don't care. Okay, so for dark sector we will use the maximum, which is 3, which is the one that we said we need to use during the night, which is okay. And so we will override whatever is right in the, yeah. Okay. Okay. So now. I have no idea what is this, by the way. I have no idea why we are desaturating something. But I guess I don't care. There is also very beautiful music, by the way, which is from Pine. Pine is a kind of an adventure game. Well, not yeah. But it's a very nice game. It was free on the Epic Store some time ago, and it's a very nice game. I would suggest it to you if you didn't play. So yes, and if not, we do so if it's true, we should skip it, right? If it's true, we skip it. And if it's false, we go here. Okay, so pain? No, pine. Pine video game. Pine video game. As this. Very nice game. Simple, very simple, but kind of cool. I liked it. I have to say I liked it. It's very simple, but there are different regions with different tribes, and you have to fight a bit, but not even too much. You have a mount, you can have your and there is a story behind which is pretty fine. I mean, it's good. I think it's okay. There are a few puzzles, and the music is very nice. I think the music is really nice. I think the pity of these games, you know, mainly for the music, is that, I mean, I don't think there is a game that has been very popular or anything. So whoever created the music, you know, he created it once and is used for this particular instance of this game, and he cannot reuse it anywhere else because obviously has been created only for this game. But then when the game becomes obsolete, you know, the music is completely forgotten, and it cannot be reused, right? It cannot be reused anywhere because there's a copyright on that, right? And it's such a pity. So there are so many nice songs in video games that basically don't have a second life, right? They cannot have a second life. Except on this stream where I am playing them. But like, for example, the one that I'm listening now, this song also is a very nice song, but it's of that particular game, and no one can ever use it again. So music in theory is immortal, but in the case of video games is not. Pity, huh? Real pity. Okay, so we have to set this based on the curve. So I will basically have to get wait. Time of the day, yes. I need to get this time of the day. I need to get this curve light, yes, exactly. So the curve is the same curve, so it's this one. And now we need to understand how to do the reverse. Okay, so I have a curve that goes between 0 and 0.7. Well, actually it's going between 0.03 actually. 0.03. It's interesting. It is the same value, the minimum brightness, but and 0.7, right? I go between 0.03, which is basically 0, and 0.7. So I need to remap this one between 0.5 potentially and 3. So I need to remap it between 0.5 and 3, but I also need to reverse it. How do I do that? Any mathematical people in here? Any mathematical people? So I basically add 0.5. I basically add 0.5, which is my bottom, and then I multiply it by first I multiplied by I multiplied by what? By 4.2 or something. By 4.2, right? Yes. I mean, I can do 4.21 or whatever, but 4.3 actually. So I multiply by 4.3, and so this will become a 3 as a maximum, and so this will go between 0 no, wait, no, because my minimum must be 0.5, huh? So if I add 0.5 first, no, because I need to scale it. I need to scale it. I mean, the scale is okay, but I need to compress it. 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 So how do I? Because if I just add this value, yes, I multiply it by less. Yeah, but it's the same, no? No, I need to find a value that multiplied by 4.3 is then becoming my, oh my god, so 0.2 multiplied by 4 is 0.8, but how do I do this, boys? There is 0.6, but now if I take my 0.85, because it will become an 85, and I multiply it by 4.3, they will not be scaled correctly, because it will be 3.6, which we said is too much. I need to translate it. I need to move it up a bit and compress it. This is what I need to do. I need to move it up and compress it. So my idea is that I move it up with this. So this one becomes 0.5. But then if I multiply it, should I add the 0.5 at the end, multiplying it by less? Yes, probably is easier. So if I add the 0.5 after, and I go up to 2.5, exactly, yes, finally. Okay, so if I go from 0.7 and I multiply by 3.5 or 3.6, yes, that is more reasonable. Maybe 3.6. Okay, very good. What? Yes, and now I add 0.5. We have our curve from 0.5 to 3. Okay, perfect. That is what I wanted to have. Now the only problem is that the 0.5, yeah, I think it should be fine. So now we have the curve compressed and translated up 0.5. Now the problem is that I want it reversed. What I mean by reversed? Reversed means that if the time is 1, how do I reverse it, boys? How do I reverse it? How do I reverse a curve? How do I reverse? Because now I have it with the right values. But it's the opposite, right? So if he's at the maximum, if he's at 0.7, I need 0. Well, the reverse, I think I have to do it before. If I do the reverse before, because before is at 0, so it's a bit easier to do the reverse, right? So I can do 0.7 minus. So if I do 0.7 minus, if I do 0, yeah, exactly. So if I do 0.7, which is the maximum of my thingy, right? Minus, no, if I do 0.7 minus the current value that we get out of the curve, if it's 0.7 I get 0, if it's 0 I get 0.7, right? So I actually reversed it. Then after I reversed it, I can go here and I can multiply it by 3.6 and 0.5. Now this one is a problem, huh? So it is hard coded and assumes the top value is 0.7. So if this is changing, if we change the curve, we need to change this calculation. Okay, so if this is the case, then I put this into the mean brightness, right? And the max brightness will stay at 3, right? The max brightness at the moment is at 4. You can even leave it at 4 and see how it looks. So this is changing auto exposure mean brightness. Right. Okay. Okay, boys, we can do this. And this is the end, by the way. Yeah, this is the end. So we skip it for dark sectors. Okay. Okay. And then we can try to see what happens. We will see the value anyway, because the value is visible because we put it into the thingy. So I think it's visible to us. To flip the graph, just max minus. I didn't scale max minus. Yes, I did max minus exactly. But consider that my Discord is not pinging me when I'm streaming, so it's better if you type it in the chat. I mean in the YouTube chat or in the Twitch chat, because those are the ones that actually I can see easily. But thank you. Okay, so seems it didn't work. It seems it did not work because time now is what? Time is 5 in the morning. Okay, well, if it's 5 in the morning, I think it's a bit of the transition time. 5 in the morning. Yeah, you see, we have a minimum brightness at 2.02 and a maximum brightness at 4. So we are a bit in transition, but let's go night. Let's go night. I don't know exactly why it's going up and then going down again, but I don't care too much. It should go down now. Yes. I have to understand why he's doing that, because I don't know if he's doing it also in the game. Okay, so this is night. The minimum brightness is 2.9. I think it's not enough. I think the maximum at 3 is not enough. Even if the sky is completely black. Holy shit. The sky is completely black. I don't know. I don't know if this is the right setting. Let me see with my night vision. So. Let me see my night vision thingy. Night vision. Night vision. No, but this is the night vision, the other night vision. We need... Yeah, this thing, boys, is complex. It's complex to match. It's kind of complex to match. Night vision. Night vision. Night vision. Exposure compensation. Exposure compensation. 3. Now this one I think is okay. Probably the night vision is okay. I think the problem I have is that it seems to me that it is still a bit too bright compared to my character, at least, and the sky is a bit too dark. I mean, I understand it is complete night, but I think seeing a bit of the sky could be better anyway. At the moment the sky light intense, the skybox light is 0.05, but if I change let me try to do like a 2.5 here instead of a 2.9. Nah. If I do a 2, slightly, but still completely dark. If I do a 1, yeah, if I do a 1, it starts to show up, but everything else starts to show up as well, so that's the problem. So no. I can play with the skybox light, and I can go like 0.1. You can go 0.1, but you can see it very little. You can go with 0.2, and now you can start to see it, but maybe it's too little as well. I don't know. Maybe it's too much now. I don't know. I think the sky can also stay black. I think the sky can probably also stay black. Now, uh-oh, what happened? It became day. So during the day now, okay, so it became day. Yeah, 0789. Yeah, I think that the day is okay. It's the night that is a bit fucked, but it's definitely better than before. It's definitely better than before, but it's not matching too much with my character, right? So my character is super dark compared to the... So, and this is because the... It is because the direct light which is this, is too low. So if I change the direct light to be 0.2, it's making zero difference. 0.3. Just a bit. No, but I think it's a matter of indirect light, not direct light. I think that the direct light can stay low, but it's the indirect light. So it's this one, the skylight intensity, which is super low. .6. But if I go higher, if I go, you see that as soon as I go higher, the ground goes higher as well. So basically the result is, unfortunately, that they will always be different, right? They are not matching, that's the problem. Unless I go very high here. Nah, it's the same. It's the same. They always stay different. Because the problem are the probes. The problem are the probes. Yeah, I know. In the desert, at the moment, we have the problem of the probes. The probes are not there, and so the desert is not a good example for nighttime. Is not. Is this solvable? I don't know. Is this solvable? No, but I think it's not bad anyway. I mean, the way it is now, if I restart the standard weather, okay? If I restart the standard weather. Yes, our character is a bit dark, but it's a bit dark because in this level there are no probes. So this level is not the best choice for testing this, right? It's not the best choice. If I go, let me try to go in a dark level. Let me go black flame. Let me go black flame, for example. Black flame is a dark level, meaning that is not, in theory, is not influenced by the time of the day. Right, and now here, the light level are 3.5. Why 5? Because I changed it myself, huh? 3.4. So it's very hard to see, I have to say. With night vision is a bit better, but still very hard to see. With thermal vision will be super easy, but But yes, you see that now we don't have any more the weird effect. Because the weird effect was that at night we were getting something like this, right? Which, by the way, wait. Doesn't make any difference here. 0.5. Yes, we were getting a bright ground. Now, where it's completely black, no, but where is a bit more, when there is a bit more light, it's becoming very, 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 very bright, like this, right? And in theory, we don't want that. In theory, we said we want this. Yes, because okay. So I think in a dark level, the new setting works fine. In a dark level, it works fine, and is not influencing. Yeah. Now. Let's go main city, but I think we fixed it. I think this fix was a good fix. I think we. I mean, I'm still not 100% convinced, but you see that now I have no idea why my character is keeping the previous light. That's so strange. It is so strange. They don't teleport. My character is keeping the blue that he had taken from the other level. That's so strange. And now it's gone. Okay, so it takes a bit of time and then it's reset. But you see that now we don't have any more the bright ground. I mean, it's a bit bright, but not as much as before. So it's actually working fine. The question is this darkness too much darkness? Is this darkness too much, guys? For the nighttime, right? Is it too much? Because if it's too much, we can boost it slightly. So if it's too much, we can boost just a bit the light intensity. And just a bit the skylight intensity. And it is already better, I think. That is already better. So I think that my theory is if now I boost okay, let me try to, so it is 004, 005. 004, 005. Yeah, this is 001 now. So if I go so to reach that level, I just need to increase. I just need to increase the curve, right? The only problem is that if I increase the curve, if I increase the curve, I will fuck up the other reasoning. But I think I can. Let me see. There is a minimum clamp because I have some clamp values here. Yeah, the minimum is actually 0.1 for intensity of directional light. 0.1. Is 0.1. And here the clamp is 0.01. Here the clamp is 0.01 and 0.1. So if I change the curve and if I take this curve and instead of 0.03 I go 0.05, right? So basically like this. Bow, bow. There is also Borderlands music. Borderlands, Borderlands. Borderlands. Borderlands, Borderlands. Borderlands. Okay. I think probably in a real company, you know, there is one guy dedicated only to lights. Because they, you know, the discussion is kind of complex, actually. I mean, it is. I think it's okay. I boosted it a bit. I think it's kind of dark, but consider that the night is lasting only a few hours, which in game terms is like 5 minutes. So let's say that this curve, right? This curve is the central part of the day. So 0.1 on what? On 24 hours? Yeah, it is 24 hours, right? So 0.1 is basically 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock or 2.5 or something, it's already becoming bright. And it's becoming bright basically at 4 a.m., right? At 4 a.m. and I think to me it's a bit strange that the maximum brightness is only this point. I don't know if we should actually make it longer. But it seems I cannot for whatever reason. Why cannot make it longer? Uh-oh. I cannot. Okay, fine. Yeah, in theory I wanted to make it more flat, right? So that I can add more points. I mean, it's the same. Yeah, I can add another point maybe. I think it should go like this and then, you know, directly. So it should go up and then stay for the majority of the day. You should stay bright, right? So the majority of the time. Why I cannot move it? What is going on? Yeah, for the majority of the day. So it should go up very, very quickly. B flat. B flat sounds like a musical thing, but it's not in this case. Now, this setting like you have now is a bit less interesting though, because it means that for the majority of the day, the light will stay the same, right? But somehow it's also true because you cannot really identify, you know, the difference between, I don't know, 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. I don't know. Or we can have it like this, so that is the full bright is only in the midday, right? Which probably makes sense. Is not, huh? What the? What? Something like this, so that the part that stays bright is longer. I don't know if this should really go up faster, but faster than this. Okay, I think I will leave it like that, so that is, I mean, there is a bit of a curve, but is reaching the peak pretty quickly. And you have, now it would be interesting to know when we are here, what time is it, right? I don't know. But there would be a transition like between, if I set the time, at, I think it's like 4:30 or something like that, 4:20. And I have to re-enable weather. Uh, 4:20 is still like this. $4.40 is still like this, but it's becoming better, right? 5. I think it's not moving. What the fuck? Ah, now it's moving. Okay, let me redo it then. Let me redo 4. Okay, so this is 4. This is 4:30. Pretty much identical. And this is 5. And there's kind of a big transition. Yeah, it's going up a lot. 5, 5:30, 6. Okay, basically 6 is Fulbright, but or nearly, but 6 is already like midday. 5 is like this. I think 5 is good, huh? 4 is really during the night. Now I'm trying to understand if I want to shorten the night even more, you know? If I want to shorten the night even more, so basically moving this to the left. Moving this and this to the left a bit. So the night is short, in total is shorter than 4 hours. The full night. Right? And considering 1 hour is, I mean, considering 1 hour is 15 minutes, this means only there will be 2 or 3 minutes. So it will be actually fairly quick, the transition. I think it's cool to have the night, but I don't want the night to be a pain, right? I don't want the night to be a pain, but at the same time, I mean, if you only have few minutes to do things during the night, no, probably I think I want it how it was. Yeah, I think it's okay up to 5. So if I go during the evening, then it means that 20 is like this. It's a bit strange though, because it seems there is no matching. 21. Ah, no, wait. You see that 20. Yeah, 20 is like this, huh? 20 is like this, and 21 is basically night. So at 8 p.m. you are already in strong darkness. So I think I will move this to the right. So we will leave the morning darker, but the evening, I think it should start like at 10 p.m. or something like that, or 9, but not 8. 8 I think is too early. Now we should change it based on the seasons, I know, but I don't think I want to do that change now. I think we don't care about seasons at the moment. We need a working game before thinking to seasons. No? What do you think? Boys, is anyone listening? Is anyone listening? I see you sleeping. I see you're sleeping. I see you. Okay. So this is now what? This is now 3 in the morning. Okay, 3 in the morning is good. Let me go 20. 8 p.m. So 8 p.m. is still very bright. Maybe too much, but 8 p.m. is still very bright. 9 p.m. it starts to be dark, eh? Holy shit. Transition between 8 and 9 is insane. So 8:30, that is 8:30. Yeah. So in this line we are between. So here is basically 8, and it is basically 9. So this transition is very, very strong. Between 8 and 9 we are going darkness. I don't know, we can go smoother, but 8, 9. And consider that the auto exposure now is following, huh? So the auto exposure like now is 2.17. Okay. And if I go night vision, I think it's good. Okay, I think it's good, boys. I think we fixed it. And at least we don't have the extra bright floor like we had before. The problem was related actually to the auto exposure, and now with a better auto exposure we don't get the bright floor anymore. Here we are in the full night. This is still a bit bright, but I think it's okay. We want the game to be playable anyway. So I think it's good. And my night vision is definitely giving me way more information. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, good. I think it's fixed, boys. Now I think it's fixed. Now the question is, do we want to release a new version or not? Do we want to release a new version? Because I did a lot of changes. I mean, they are not many, but I did a terraforming of 1 million places, really a lot. I did the fix to all the NPC path, right? I did the fix to swimming. I think swimming still has a problem of the blur. I think the blur is too much, boys. My feeling is that the blur of I think the blur is kind of too much. So this focal camera, you see well only if you are very close, right? You have to be super close actually. And I think that's not very realistic. So the question is, how did I do that? I did it with I think a post processor. Where I changed the 13 color blend radius. Exposure compensation water. Okay. But I think that there we apply, I don't know where, but we apply focal distance. Distance in which the depth of field effect should be sharp in a real unit. So we say only 50. 50 is very, very little. $250. No real unit. What do you mean? What? So 50 in a real units. 50 is 50 centimeters, right? Is 50 centimeters. 100 is 1 meter. I don't understand how this thing is reasoning. I mean, it seems that it's completely fucked. Whatever is the distance, it seems that it's completely fucked. This is probably not the right. This is probably not the right value. Or we add a bit of fog. I don't know. For now, probably I will leave it as it is. But we need a better underwater. We need a better underwater effect because, like it is now, I think it's only okay, but not very interesting. I mean, we need some warping, maybe, you know, some Fresnet, some swirls. And I know you like a really long list of changes. Well, no, I just thinking if you should release or not. I'm just trying to give stuff to people to show, you know, to show progress, and it's basically to show progress. So we have infravision, night vision, better swimming, better flying, but only for GMs, and we have all the pad points recalculated and placed properly in the level, and now we also have the proper nighttime, I mean a better nighttime. And also we fixed the levers because all the levers were fucked. All the levers were broken, boys. They were all broken. I mean, why these trees are living in this place? And why this place is the way it is? I don't know. What is this? BD Road 2? The point is that if I touch it, I need to recalculate it completely. I will do more terraforming in the future, but now I would like to focus more on making the game more fun, you know. So I think we had a lot of changes, a lot of fixes, and we did a lot of fixes, and I think it's time, you know, it's time to add more stuff, meaning more rules to make the game more fun, right? So like more talents, the factions, and things like that. Fuck, now I remember every single slope, you know. Every single slope that I designed and changed. Oh my god. This has been a lot of work, boys. This has been a lot of work. But yes, anyway, for you is downloading 5 gigabytes, you know. For me is 100 of hours of work. So I think you can download 5 gigabytes in what? In 1 hour? At the worst case. And the best case in 2 minutes. So I think I can probably re-release. I can probably re-release because I changed pretty much all the thingies. Flood of streaming can be steeper when marking water. See if it's possible to have a grant and specify which water volume. I know Discord is not dinging on your side. I have YouTube running on TP. Got a new PC, so I can install Plan Shoot again. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's not pinging me. No new release. No, a new release. What do you mean no a new release? You want a new release or no new release? See if you want a new release. Yeah, I can do a new release. I can do a new release. Also, I have a potential fix for the Mac mouse that was not working at all. And maybe now that the Mac mouse will be fine. At least with a default cursor. Not with a special cursor, but with the default cursor. So yeah, I think we can make a new release. I'm thinking if I want to terraform more, but if I terraform more, I need to spend another 6 hours of my machine time recalculating everything. And I don't know if I want to do that. There is the mountain that we moved together. You remember? You remember that we moved this mountain? When Electra said, no, this road is impossible, it should be on the side of the mountain. And we moved it. Yeah, we'd like to work on the events, you know, on the generated events. We'd like to work on this kind of stuff more than more terraforming. I mean, I think the land that we have is good and is big enough. And I didn't place. Yes, I did because I see below ground. Okay. Okay, boys. I think I will do a new release. What do you think? You want a new release? I think we can do a new release. Can we check why the compass is showing the opposite way of what it should? And also I wanted to do a change to the compass. Wait. I wanted to do a change to the compass. If I can. Where is the compass? Compass. I wanted to do a change, and I mean, first understand why it's pointing the opposite way. That is very, very strange. And second, I think that all the symbols should be rotated. But why is pointing the opposite way? Right? It's very strange. If you need to download all the game again, wait. Yeah, I think you will have to download all the game again, yes. Now, my point here is that the problem is that I don't know if I can do it easily though. Probably not, huh? Because my point is that this and this, so these two should be rotated 90 degrees. No, minus 90 degrees. Right? Because when you see it, you know why? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Because this one is not the sides. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay, ay. Hey, okay, I can position it manually. It's okay. It's okay. I can position it manually. Because the point is that when this thing rotates, then you see the wings straight, right? You understand? So when this thing is rotating, you see the wings in the proper position. And so this one should be rotated 180, right? Okay, so if you have it this way, I don't think we had it so big, no? If you have it this way, you will see the symbol rotated properly when the compass rotates. But compass medium resolution. Compass medium resolution. Okay, so first I rotate it this way, and then it's 600 by 600. Okay, so this one is saved. So I rotate everything. Yeah, you see it when you rotate, you see it properly. And it's better, I think. Ah, it's not 600 by 600 this time. What? Fuck. Okay. Okay. So I wanted to do this, and so now we can re-import it. Okay, nice. And so this means that when it is rotating, now you will have it with the symbols looking, and these freaking wings are all on the left. Wait a second. Why the wings are so wrong? Why the wings are in the wrong place? I mean, even more than that. I mean, even more than that. Okay. Like this, I think is a bit better. They were really in the wrong place. Now they are too much to the right. I don't know. Okay. Okay, now I think it's better. Now I think it's better. Okay, so now that we have this, right? So the question is why the north is not pointing to the north? Why zero angle is that I don't understand. In theory, zero rotation. I don't get it. And when I tested it in my database, it looked like it was okay. But then when I released it, when I created the release, it seems that it was not rotating right. In theory, I wanted the arrow to point to the north. So I wanted this arrow. Oh my god, what happened? Come on, he added 2 white lines. Fuck. He added 2 white lines. Okay. Kind of annoying. Why added 2 white lines? Where? Yes, he added 2 white lines. Thank you. What? What the fuck? Okay. Like that. He decided that was nicer with 2 white lines. Yeah, it's when I did the scale. Okay, now you should not have them anymore. Hopefully. No, but my question is, if I look north, in reality this thing is looking south. I don't understand what happened. But okay, I think I can just rotate it. So I need to rotate it, what, 180? Yeah, I think 180. Do you think that this is changing? Because it's a bit strange. I mean, if I... So my angle now is... My angle here is... Let me go in an angle... Let me go in an angle that is... that is perfectly straight, right? Yeah, I don't know how to have an angle that is perfectly straight, but anyway, kind of kind of like this. But this angle is 269. Yeah, 270. Yeah, because actually 270 should point that way. Okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. 270, so it's 90 degrees compared to my carry. It's fine. But it's pointing the opposite of what I want, right? It's pointing the opposite of what I want. So this means that... It means what? It means that I need to rotate it. And it means that this thing, I think I rotated it here, no? Did I rotate it here? No, I didn't. I just saved it this way. So I think I need to rotate it everything 180. And yeah. And save it again. And re-import it again. Yeah, there are a lot of other fixes I want to do, but you know, time is always a problem. While some of you that are like medical engineers, bioscience medical engineers, don't just invent, you know, the immortality. That would be kind of important. I think you should. Because I need a bit more time to finish this game. Okay, let me see. I think I'm gonna go, by the way, guys. I'm going to dinner right now, but I just want to test that now the compass is working okay. Meanwhile, if you are new to the stream, what if you click on follow on Twitch and click on subscribe on YouTube, and also check our Patreon website, which is patreon.com/planeshift, where we have by the way, I just posted a new video today. Look at this. 6 hours ago I posted a video about infravision and night vision that you can see with all my explanations. Why not? Why not? Go and check it, boys. Okay, let me try this, and I want to see if my compass is... And yes, the compass is not loading automatically in the game. You have to do this. But drum roll. I don't know. Is this correct? Yes, I think it's correct, huh? Time set 9. It is correct because I'm looking forward, right? I'm looking forward. So I'm looking north, and this thing is pointing north, right? Yes. And if I look south, it's pointing south. And you see that now you have the symbols. You have the symbols correct, right? So that the hand is like this, the wings are like this, and this is like this, and this is like this. So every symbol is rotated properly when you rotate the wheel, right? Which I think it makes more sense. Very nice. Okay, guys, I'm enabling my night vision because it's cool, and I'm saying bye-bye. See you tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening I will be here. Don't worry. Don't worry. Tomorrow evening. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you.